What's up, everybody? What if there are ways for NBA teams to value players better, but they were hiding in plain sight? What if there were inefficiencies in the way that NBA teams are evaluating players by undervaluing certain physical attributes like hand size and standing leap over running leap? What if there are other data sets, when looked at through a lens of a less technical and a more creative style, could reveal insights that could lead to dramatic, sustainable improvements in player drafting that could also do the same for team performance? If these questions are interesting to you, check out the most recent episode of our Gemini Sports Analytics podcast, Winning with Data, where we interviewed Seth Stephens-Davidowitz, the author of Who Made the NBA? By the way, he wrote that book in about 30 days, I believe, using generative AI tools, which is a whole other conversation of their time. Seth is a data scientist who put his Harvard PhD to work at Google. His first book, Everybody Lies, was a New York Times bestseller and an Economist Book of the Year. A few excerpts from the interview below that I really enjoyed. And one of the reasons for this is there just seems to be all these inefficiencies that I kind of uncovered. Maybe teams had previously uncovered them. Hand size had been undervalued in the draft for many, many years. I think the San Antonio Spurs had a lot of success potentially in capitalizing on this inefficiencies. Players like Kawhi Leonard who have wide hands, but other inefficiencies is one of them I just discovered was running the vertical leap versus the standing leap. So at the combine, they measure people with a running leap. So you get a head start, and a standing leap, no head start, and how high you jump. It turns out to predict, say, block shots in the NBA, the big predictor of block shots is the standing leap, not the running leap. And I think the reason for that is a lot of block shots, you don't get a big head start. So for some of the most famous block shots in history, you think of LeBron James, Andre Iguodala in the finals. He ran the length of the court before, made that block shot. And that's kind of one of the most famous blocks in the history of basketball. But most block shots aren't like that. You don't get much of a head start, maybe a step or no steps. So to predict block shots, the standing leap is much more important than the vertical leap. I know this is getting pretty specific, but listen, I think that's absolutely fascinating, and I certainly know a whole lot of heads of data science and operations in the NBA and in other leagues and big collegiate programs that will find it equally as interesting as I do. Check it out. Have a good one. Take care.